The valleys are in decline. Young people are again looking for a way out. In pit villages like Bull, the traditional outlet is through sport or music.
Most of Bull have either got connections with sort of sport or with the brass band. So, you know, they always try and channel their kids into one of those areas. So, luckily enough, I was brought into this one.
Just when I need you.
You start buying records then when you're a teenager, and you immediately pick out one or two idols, you know, and you say to yourself, right, that's what I want to do, something with a bit more energy, you know. So you move from classical music into something in the pop line.
Martin Williams was lucky. He got a job and he joined a rock band. The band, called Cougar, also involves his friend and workmate, David Howells. He was also born and brought up in the tight-knit village community of Bull.
It goes right back to when I was in school with Nev. We played with each other, instrumentally, that is, on and off. And eventually struck up a band with our former guitarist, who's left the band now. And we just took it from there. It was about 6 years ago. I eventually joined the band as a bass player. I used to play 6-string guitar before that. Then we struck up a membership with a keyboard player and took it from there.
That keyboard player was born here. His father is the euphonium player in the brass band, and he was ready to encourage Cougar.
We started out practicing in my sitting room in the early days. But no, I've only just seen them, heard them on record.
His son Neil had been encouraged to join the brass band. He became principal cornet player, but he had no hesitation in switching to keyboards for Cougar.
I thought, well, bugger it, let's have a go. So I got a keyboard together, a polyphonic synth, and within 6 months we were on the road. And it's all happened since then, really. For the last year and a half I've been gigging with them, and I've built up my equipment to suit, and songwriting's come from that as well. So it's been a bit in at the deep end for me, really, over the last 12 months.
During that time, Neil has rehearsed with the band at the Workman's Hall in the village. They play up to 3 nights a week.
2, 3, 4.
The lead singer, Neville MacDonald, lives just up the road from the hall. He's unemployed.
You walk into my life, a parasite on me. You rock me to the core.
He has no doubt at all that the band's deep roots in the village play an essential part in their makeup.
And away from home, I think that's what a lot of bands lack. I'm not having to go with the English bands as such, like, you know, but there is a lot of the bands lack a sense of camaraderie, and I think the community sort of spirit, if you like, has encouraged that as far as we're concerned, because we're all originally from Bull. What we put over on stage may seem as natural, and it goes a lot deeper within the band. A smile is meant on stage. We really get on well together, and that does put it over, and I think it has got a lot to do with the fact that we are from the village of Bull, and to do with the community spirit. Also, I think the lads, all the Bull boys, tend to put you down anyway. They keep your feet on the floor. You can't get too big for your boots.
You walk into my life, a parasite on me.
In Bull, as in many other Welsh villages, 1 in 3 of the young people are out of work. The new wave of rock music from bands like Cougar has provided an outlet for thousands of those youngsters. They follow the bands avidly. The 2 men who manage Cougar believe it's that valley's background which makes the band distinctive.
They're very close. They always have been. Even if it's playing rugby, they came through that, forming the bands. they've always been mates and they always will be, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah.
They're very close-knit. Very.
Yeah, their backgrounds show in their music and their songs. I mean, they all sing with character, and it comes straight from the heart, every song. Gabrielle is one to prove it. They just sing from the heart.
1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Rest. Hang on. Drop out, Chris. We'll just do...
The youngsters want to do more than listen to the music. They want to play it. Their interest persuaded Martin Williams to start a regular drum class in the village.
Do you want to play, Paul?
Yeah.
After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
He also still plays with the Lady Windsor Brass Band whenever they need him.
They helped us at the beginning, you know, so obviously if they've got an important contest which requires sort of points to take them through to a final or something like that, then we'll step in and try and help out as much as possible, you know. Or if there are any kids that we can put in the right channels, you know, that's why I started the drum class down here, just to help them. Yeah.
So you still actually play for the band again?
Yeah, yeah. I don't think you can ever leave, really. Take it easy now. Watch our last bar. You've got a quaver rest. So take it nice and easy. If we get the last couple of bars wrong, we'll drop in on it.
Cougar's first album brought them an international audience. It also brought their first brush with the newspapers. The album was marketed by a Paris-based company. They said the original cover, designed by Cougar, did not project the right image. The band admits the whole question of image is a problem, partly because the music they compose is so varied.
It's hard unless you've actually heard Cougar or seen Cougar. They're definitely not a heavy metal band. There's so much fun there. And they are unique, I think so. They've got a style of their own. And they're certainly something different. And this is what we're trying to force the record companies and people to realise. They are definitely something different.
But it's in the heavy metal magazines like Kerrang, with worldwide sales, that Cougar have come under the spotlight. The magazine's leading music critic, Malcolm Dome, says he can't quite understand what's happening in Wales.
What interests me particularly is that Wales has never seemed so vibrant as it is at the moment. Over the years, I can't think of one major international heavy rock band that's come out of Wales. One can think of Lone Star and Budgie, who've made pretensions towards success and fallen at the last hurdle. The Devon Lock experience, I suppose. But in terms of international success, Wales stands a better chance now than it's ever stood. One has Rankelson, Samurai, Tredegar, and of course Cougar, and several others who suddenly come through. So I think Wales is rather exciting.
You're now obviously on the threshold of bigger things. Do you think you're actually capable of carrying it off now?
I think so. I think we're in too deep now. We've got to go for it now.
In what way are you in too deep?
Well, I think everybody has made a full commitment, 100% now, that we're going to get this shot at it. And probably after this, there'll be nothing for any of us. So really, we've just got to go at it 100% now, and put just about everything else besides the one thing that we want, and that's to make Cougar one of the biggest and best bands in the world. Simple as that.
We only get one shot, so we've got to take it.
But you've got a job, I know, and at least 3 of the band have got jobs.
That's right.
Does that mean that those have got to go?
Well, we hope to think so.
It's not so much I've got to go. We're hoping that Cougar's workload will reach a situation whereby the jobs have to go.
It's obviously going to be a big gamble for those with wives. You've got a family.
Yeah, I'm hopefully luckier than most. My wife is 100% behind me. Probably without her, I don't think I'd have the need or the want to do it. They're my reasons for doing it. God, that sounds cool. God, nobody will ever believe this.
Crap.
Yeah. Right.
Neil Garland is one of the 2 members of the band who are married. The other one, Neville MacDonald, got married just a year ago, as the band was beginning to get London bookings. It was a future that neither of their wives anticipated.
What do you think of London? Would you like them to be up there too much on their own, for example?
Well, I mean, that's an awkward question. Well, they're in their own environment there, really. You know, that's where they've got to go to make a name for themselves.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's where the music business is for them. So, I mean, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't worry about it. No.
Does it worry you at all that there are obviously women fans who like them, like the music a lot?
Well, you get your trust in one another, so it doesn't really bother you. It doesn't.
No.
They don't think about that when they're away.
We trust them.
So.